here we are, dude. Coast to coast.
Your show with the most.
Yeah.
That guy, this guy,
that guy,
everybody else.
That guy. Dude, just do it quick.
Buddy?
The thing, quick.
Okay, fine. Before we get going, because we got some awesome stuff going today, like, subscribe, comment, share. Head on over to Buy Me a Coffee. Buy us a coffee crisp. And I think that's the damn thing. Oh, no. Check out the link tree in the description. Buy some stuff.
That's right.
It goes to a good cause.
Get it.
It really does.
Get it.
And it's cool. What's up, buddy?
Not too much. Been working on lots of stuff, as you all know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lots of stuff in the books.
Yep. That's right.
All good stuff.
How you feeling, dude?
Oh, bud, I have the Rona.
Yeah.
My wife tested positive last week. I came home from work and got exposed, and then I had a test a few days ago. It came back positive, but I feel fine. I feel 100%.
Still feeling good?
I've got my sense of smell. I got my sense of taste. I don't have any headaches or any of that other symptomatic type stuff. I feel fine.
Good, so good, dude. Don't jinx it though.
I know. I had a conversation with my I'll just say the powers that be at work, right? And I told him straight up on the phone, I'm like, I kind of feel like Superman a little bit because I've got it for the first time ever, right? And it hasn't done anything. I feel lucky. I feel really lucky.
There are a few that it doesn't. They don't really do much, or they might get sniffles. It doesn't hardly do anything. And then some people,
yeah, they call it, what do they call it? It's like asymptomatic or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so long as I stay symptom-free for 5 days after my positive result or whatever, positive test, I can go back to work. And I'm like, that's weird because I was originally told I had to be out for 14 days, and now you're just telling me 5.
It is weird because you had to be out for 14 days because somebody else in your house had it. But now since you have it, you can just go 5 days.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and here's the best part. I will no longer have to test weekly anymore for at least 90 days or something, because I guess it stays in your system. That's something new that I hadn't heard about before.
I ain't heard that either.
But I don't have to jam a thing all the way up into my brain for 90 days, so that's cool.
Well,
what are we doing?
What are we doing? Good. Dude, today we got a couple of guests. And we want to bring these guys on because they're going to be on something that we're doing special with our giant voice, man.
Military conspiracies are usually the stuff of Hollywood fiction lore. In this case, a real military cover-up occurred.
According to the federal government, from 1953 to 1987, the U.S. Marine Corps base at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, was highly contaminated with various chemicals. Unfortunately, the truth is that the contamination is still ongoing. The efforts to remediate the site contamination have not been fully successful.
The site was contaminated with benzene, TCE, PCE, vinyl chloride, and numerous other compounds. These exposures have caused a list of illnesses and deaths amongst the Marines, sailors, their spouses and dependents, and civilians who were aboard Camp Lejeune.
This series will tell some of the stories of those exposed and the story of toxic contamination at Camp Lejeune.
That's right, and we'll be doing that in a few days. Yeah. Y'all will see it when it gets released, but this is some important shit that's going on, and we're gonna do this thing right.
Well, let's get on with it then. We'll introduce them. So tonight's guests, they join us from Missouri and Washington State. We have Tim and Karen. Tim and Karen are an adorable couple that you guys will soon see again, an upcoming special, which we just mentioned.
Yep.
Karen is a nurse who is originally from New Zealand, as you will hear. Well, wait till she comes on. Her voice is pretty damn cool, actually.
It's awesome.
And Tim is a telecommunications engineer who served with the CDC and worked with the ABC affiliate.
We feel certain that you will see and hear from them again, and you'll enjoy the comic relief that they bring to the show tonight. So without further ado, please welcome to the show, Tim Templeton and Karen Hayward King, everybody.
What's up, guys?
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Yes, I do have an accent.
There she is.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That is the best accent I've ever heard.
Okay,
real
real quick, before we get this thing going, Karen, you got to tell them the story about your Home Depot story.
Oh, what? We're looking for the cock? Well, I walk into Home Depot and I walk up to this guy and I ask him where his cock is or what aisle it's in. And he kind of looked at me strange and said, ma'am, what are you talking about? And I said, I need some caulk. So he sort of looks at me again and he said, can you spell that? No, he said, what do you want to use it for? And I said, well, it comes in a white tube and you squeeze this white stuff out and you fill holes and cracks. And that was when he asked me to spell it. C-A-U-L-K.
Yeah, her description was not helping him at all. It's a cylindrical tube kind of a thing that squeezes creamy white stuff out and you fill a hole with it. Yeah.
He must have been new.
And sometimes you have to squeeze it hard because it doesn't come out easily. You have to spend a little time on it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Which is true.
You know what's funny? If you'd asked a woman, they probably would have known exactly what it was at.
Oh, Karen, where were you last week?
Yeah, for that episode.
He was messaging me.
Oh man. Oh,
probably using my bob. No, actually, I wasn't using my bob. I didn't. I was in Missouri.
She was sitting right next to Tim.
Oh man.
Yeah, she was with Tim.
She might have been on Tim's deck. What do you call Tim's deck, Karen?
The deck out there.
Oh, deck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mary?
but
Yeah,
Mary, watch out.
He's got a he's got a lovely deck.
See?
Quite nice to go sit out on it.
It's not the way I thought this was going to go.
Hey, buddy,
Hey,
just
mate,
remember,
you got warned.
Nick Ferris, just remember, check explicit content.
Exactly.
Always. Yeah.
Truth. I mean, it's kind of broad.
Oh. Everybody, don't forget to breathe. My sides hurt already. This is going to be an awesome show.
Yeah, we got going here.
Well, Tim, I'm giving you a high five, just let you know. So, way to go, buddy.
Right on. She is so awesome. Yes.
She actually was saying deck, D-E-C-K.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we're picking up what you're all putting down.
Clearly,
Mary, you let the cat out of the bag. I was going to explain how I wanted to hang, fuchsias from it. And
sorry, my bad. I didn't think we were going to jump right into the funny stories. I thought
You got to start it off with a bang, man.
First, but
I'm telling y'all right now, Karen, I could hang out with you every day. That's awesome.
Karen, will you please explain to
fantastic.
him that when I refer to you as my Kiwi friend, that is not offensive to you?
Yeah, Mary has
it's
brought that up
not.
a couple times. What is that all about?
What, the Kiwi friend?
Yeah, I don't understand the Kiwi thing.
Well, we're Kiwis. I mean, we have our national bird is kiwi. And it's a brown furry thing, feathery thing, I mean. And then, of course, we've got the kiwi fruit, which is green in the middle. And we've got hobbits too.
Yeah, I do know about that one.
I don't have hairy feet. I have been asked that over here, believe it or not.
Well, real quick, as soon as Tim pops back on here.
Oh, there he is.
So, before we get more with our show, let's just take just a quick minute and you guys explain about what we're getting ready to do with our Giant Voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giant Voice is such an incredible platform for us as far as the Camp Lejeune community, the contamination community. These were, people that, at least as far as we know, from 1953 to 1987, here in the U.S., in North Carolina, there was contamination that not only affected the troops that came in through there, but also the families of the troops and workers that were there, to the tune of about 1 million. And
Lord.
Yeah, the CBS just tonight had a story about it, and it's a first of a second two-part story that they're going to be doing on what's going on in the Camp Lejeune community and why so many of the veterans, their families, their lives has been just turned upside down, and nobody is there to help them.
And hopefully we'll reach out to a few more people too, because this is the other thing that hasn't happened with Camp Lejeune. The Marines have not done their job in notifying people, and people are dying because of this.
This is going to be such an important thing when we actually do sit down and record that episode. And I, for one, am so grateful to you two that you'll be able to utilize this platform. And I just really hope that we can do everything we can possibly do to spread the word and get the awareness out there, because this is a huge deal.
It's a Giant Voice. And
absolutely.
So there you go. It fits right in that.
And there's going to be some great guests on here too.
But let me know if you want to talk about the goats and a Walkman, and goats and a Walkman and a daughter, and how that
two goats. Remember, 2 goats.
Yeah, it was 2 goats. That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
I do think we have definitely a Randy story and a goat story coming up, but also,
now, Mary, if you're going to follow that up with saying it's a Randy goat story, we might have a little something to discuss here. Okay.
I think we actually have Linda's question.
We have Linda's question of the day. We got to knock her up
quick. Hi, guys. It's time for Linda's question of the week. So this week I'm wondering, what job would you be absolutely horrible at? Like, no one should ever hire you for this. You would be completely atrocious, and it would just be a big mistake. Okay, let me know.
My current job here on this show. Oh, man.
I'd say salesman for me, because I'm an engineer and I try to tell the truth. So
Truth tellers don't sell very
sales
well.
People are trying to usually, get something out of that. But, no, I'm trying to say, if it's ugly, it's ugly. If it's beautiful, it's beautiful. That's what I do.
How much is this? You don't want that.
Hey, you know what they say, polish a turd, it's still a turd.
Okay, you want to trim that down? All right, I see. All right, you want the Vugo versus the Mercedes? Okay,
all right. Sounds good.
Nick, dude, I don't know how Linda comes up with these questions, man. But it's like every week, it's kind of like one that stumps you. Like me, for example, I could not do what Nick does for a living. there's absolutely no way. I don't have the patience. I don't have the intelligence level to figure out the kind of stuff that you do, bro. You're the person I call when I need essentially something fixed, because I am way definitely not a quote unquote handyman. I can do some things, right? I can skate by with little things here and there, but to the extent that you do, nope, I could not. I could not do that in terms of a reliable means of income.
On the flip side, I can't do what you do. I don't have it in me to be able to stand in front of somebody and teach them. And the way you research crap, I'm not good at. Like, I can research to an extent, but you're a rabbit hole guy, and
I start down that spiral, and it's 16 hours later. I'm still going.
That's why if it's something important and I know you research, I'm like, dude, could you just tell me about it? Because I
just give me the Reader's Digest version.
There you go.
Cliff notes.
Shoot it to me quick.
How about that?
What about you, Karen?
I don't think I could be a teacher. I've had a go at it, and I wanted to slap too many of the kids.
You get in trouble for child abuse if you stick around.
I was taking a drink.
She's being honest.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
That's awesome. Karen, in case you didn't know, I've been an instructor for the last 6.5 years. Up until about 3 weeks ago, I got a promotion to a different department. So that's awesome.
I also am a former officer of the state of Texas. I was on a school board as a trustee in Port Aransas, Texas, for a couple of years. Just right after 2001. I served on the school board, and then afterwards I left, because in my career, I had to, move on to some other things, but I did get an opportunity to serve on the school board. And of course, some of the things that you learn in doing that also helps you in trying to look forward in a movement where you're going to be talking about facts.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to talk about facts. Because if you get outside of that, and the media is going to, catch on that. And so if you say anything
jump on it quick too.
Yeah, that's outside of that, then it creates a controversy. And sometimes maybe you want to create a controversy with what's going on. Sometimes, but most of the time you don't want to start a controversy or, but I can imagine these days with the kind of decisions that are facing school boards across the country. Whoa, I don't know if I'd want to be doing that anymore.
Yeah, it almost seems like anymore, practically anytime anyone opens their mouth, it's a controversy of some kind,
Follow you home.
Yeah,
they're going to dox you and follow you home.
Yeah.
It's actually on your shirt.
On whose shirt?
Tim's.
Oh,
that's a sticker.
It's a sticker?
Let's see if I can get it right there so you guys can see my
Camp Lejeune. That's got all the companies on here.
I kept thinking it was.
Oh, it says Toxic Wasteland.
Yes.
Yep. I love it.
And then on the back, it happens, if people try to, roll up on me, and many times they do. And not because I'm trying to be up in their face or anything, but when they roll up on me and they see that from behind, especially when I'm at the VA, which I do every month. I have to go there every month.
I kept looking at it. I kept looking at it and thinking it was 3 packets of lube or something.
They're bottles.
That's what it looks like.
Well, there's bottles. Oh, man. I don't, it kind of looks like there might be an insect there, but I think it's dead. If there is an insect on it, it's probably dead.
Lube, honey, lube.
Speaking of lube, dude, when I had Linda last week's episode, she lost it. She was crying, laughing at that one part where Wanda was talking about, there's this flavored stuff you put in your mouth and it kind of helps relax your throat in the back. And I go, for deep throating? And Linda, for like 5 minutes, couldn't breathe. She's like, I said, I'm a shock and awe guy.
I was trying so hard last week to just stay stone faced, and I could not do it. to save my life.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, there's also some spray that you can spray on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you trying to
I
say
haven't
something,
tried
Harris?
it, but
There might be. No, I don't see the spray container, but there is one around there, you know, and they're in fact looking at that, and we'll be talking about that in the Camp Lejeune special.
lube.
No, actually, we'll be talking about the different chemicals that occurred there.
Yeah.
That happened to plague this entire group of our veterans on our own shores. And in many of the years when we were not at war, however, we were poisoning our own people, and they knew it. And now we're just finding out about it. So that's one big draw. I know that, takes the, happy, sound off of that, but it pulls it in that territory. And that's why Giant Voices selected us to go ahead and do something to get the news out there, because our government hasn't. They haven't got the news out there to the people who they need to have it out there. They have not. And that's why some of us in the community have tried to keep this going, and here we are. So anyway.
Karen's playing with her boobs over there.
And that's
I pulled on my shirt and my bra was sticking out.
Yeah, sis. Keep on.
I mean, it was kind of.
I put a lot of thought.
It was kind of fortunate that I'm not a little bit taller.
You put a lot of thought in the
and
question.
I think the one job that I wouldn't be able to do well at least, is an M&M proofreader. But the one job that I would do great at would be proofreading Skittles. So, yeah, I'm staying away from M&Ms.
Oh my God!
Wow, Ferris.
Wait, Mary, you didn't say what you can't be good at, or were you just gonna say pretty much anything?
I'm good at a lot of things, Mary.
Well,
Nick, dude, harsh.
No, I didn't say that.
I think you
She's just trying to
did.
put words in her mouth.
What would you not be good at, Mary?
I would not presently, until I was taught more and I had more experience, I would not be good at computer techie stuff. Because I've spent the last 20 years being a stay-at-home mom and not, working on the computer. So I'm co-producing a show
where you got to do a lot of computer stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
learning on the fly.
I feel your pain. I grew up in the 90s under a rock in the back of a cave. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was like 17, 18 years old. But apparently my quote unquote generation grew up with technology, right? And I'm still 35 years behind my generation. So don't feel bad, Mary. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that helps a little. The one thing I know I'm good at, as far as work wise, Karen, don't say anything, because I know, I know we're both thinking the same thing. I'm good at that too. But
oh, good Lord, y'all.
Everybody needs a wingman Home Depot. Come on,
dude.
No, I'm talking about walking through Home Depot. That's what I meant.
I think
this is a family show, damn it.
I think I have done a pretty good job at being somebody to represent Coast to Coast, or our Giant Voice part of Coast to Coast.
Yes, you've done good at that.
I think
I
feel like I'm a people person. So,
and we're lucky to have you, Mary, because you work for free.
Yeah, well, you couldn't get somebody to spend this many hours for free.
No,
it wasn't.
No, definitely not.
So, Mary,
and I have to tell you guys, she's very professional, and she didn't pay me to say that.
We don't believe that.
The first time, at least the first time I was. Karen.
She was for the first hour.
Nick.
Well, yeah, you did, but I have that effect on everybody. I think
Nick,
Tim's
I'm
doing
just saying,
the.
buddy, we got to check the Cash App. We got to check the show's Cash App, like right
we
now.
better check. Okay.
Right now.
Coast to Coast Apparel and Merchandise is live. Whether you want to show off your patriotism with our God and Country, Do Work, Be Humble line, or maybe you just want to lounge around the house in a big comfy hoodie or go to the gym and build up a sweat, the Coast to Coast online store has what you need. From workout gear to coffee mugs, go get yours today.
So, Mary, you guys, Ferris, you guys got us a little something fun to do here?
Yeah, we do. I threw it together real quick as y'all were talking, actually. So,
that's the best way.
That's the best ones.
Yeah,
that's the best way to do it.
So, Tim and Karen, we like to mix up with some fun stuff. We have several different fun segments. Some are games, some are just things we read off. This particular one is called Epic Text Fails. Okay. And what we normally do is let the guys kind of take turns reading like the parts. So I'm gonna let y'all figure this out. Nick, Brandon, do y'all want to go ahead and do it? Show has done,
buddy.
A couple of them, and then we'll let Tim and Karen do a couple.
Ferris, dude, let's just have Karen read them all because they're gonna be great.
Nobody will understand me.
Well,
even the dumb ones are gonna be hilarious.
No, go ahead. Put me in the hot seat there too.
Yeah, let's do it.
I love it.
Let's do it.
That sounds great.
I definitely say I definitely think we should probably have them read a couple first, and then Nick and I will jump in after a couple have been read. So let's
okay.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite things. I love this segment.
Like
this segment is so much fun.
Like fun. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a blast. If Ferris's computer works.
Text.
Here we go. First one.
Text fails.
Wait, have somebody pick right side, left side first. Who's going first?
Or green.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So Nick, do you want to you and me want to do this one just to kind of show them then?
I'll be green.
Okay. It's a little bit blurry on my end, but hey, Austin, want to hear a secret? It's awesome.
Sure.
Hey, is that an equal sign, Ferris? That's really blurry. Hey equals friends. Hey equals I want you. Hey equals let's get married. And hey equals I'm really drunk.
Well, that's cool. Wait a minute. I'll be there in 5.
Outstanding. So that's basically it.
That's how it goes.
Okay.
Okay, so now Karen, you and Tim can pick left side, right side.
Okay. Okay, I'll do the left side.
Okay, that's the right side, yeah.
You go ahead and do the green side, babe.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Austin, were you in the living room kitchen a minute ago?
No. Why?
Crap. I heard noises and footsteps. Meet me in the hall in 5 seconds and bring your Nerf sword. I have my mace.
Why the hell do I have to come with you? You have a mace.
Because there may or may not be an axe murderer in our kitchen living room. And when I confront him, I want my 6'5" older brother there with me. So get your skinny butt down here. In here.
That's awesome.
What's that, Daisy?
Oh, that's great. All right, Nick. Oh, shit. All right, Nick. How's our pregnant little daughter?
Mom, how did you know?
I meant perfect. Wait, what?
Oh, my God.
Is that us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead, babe. Pick the Hey, Mr. Steven.
Okay. Hey, Mr. Steven. My grades dropped after the huge quiz last Friday. Anything I can do to get a higher grade?
Really? Anything?
Mm-hmm.
Would you study?
That's awesome. Oh, that's great.
I love these. Oh, first. Dad, any tips before I ask Haley to marry me tomorrow?
Brandon, epic name, by the way. You absolutely have the right to remain silent during any argument. Anything you say will be misquoted, then used against you. That's all. Good luck.
Oh, this sounds.
Now that sounds like sound advice right there. Am I right?
That's legal advice, I think. Yeah.
Definitely.
No matter who says it.
Oh man.
All right, guys.
Hey,
Okay.
babe, you said you were at work. I went to say hi. You weren't there. Where were you?
I had to go save my fish. It was drowning.
Oh, well, that changes the topic. Wait, fish can't drown?
It's funny how you're a blonde.
It's funny how I'm dumping you.
Oh sure.
That's not funny.
Oh man.
It's funny how you're a blonde.
Oh. That escalated quickly. I'm just saying.
Look at the dumping and then that's not fun.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Go ahead.
Oh, am I on the? I'm on the left, honey.
Yeah.
What's up, my ninja? Smiley face emoji.
Mom, you're like 40. Don't say that.
What? I'm just trying to fit in with the cool kids.
You're 40. Be cool with adults.
Honey, what is dash underscore 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 dash supposed to mean?
Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mama.
Okay.
You're the top. You're on top, honey.
Is it cold back home?
It's always cold in Michigan. You know.
Oh my God.
You just didn't know you guys were hit as hard as the news is saying.
I'll put it to you this way. It's so cold out there, those hoodlums that hang out on the street corners had their pants pulled up.
Oh, Mom, I'm glad I'm in Cali.
It's so cold they have their
Kisses
pants
and
pulled up.
hugs.
That's
Smiley,
awesome.
smiley.
Brandon, do you do that? You walk around with your pants below your butt?
Oh, dude, down to the knees, bro. You got to let things breathe, you know?
I've been in Cali sometimes. Yeah. Anyway.
The good news is that I'm better now. Not even a sniffle. So I will be able to kill you tomorrow.
Kill me? That's it. I'm not coming home.
I meant kiss.
It's me.
Please don't, buddy.
Well,
That fur baby on your face just looks like it'll tickle.
dude, we're boys, man. And we're friends. We're boyfriends.
No. And
Yes.
no. I've
We're
seen
boys.
all of those TikToks.
Yeah.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is
Okay,
full.
Karen. Karen, I guess you got to take the green one.
No, I thought, oh, yeah. Today in class, we were talking about how we need more woman rulers. What do you think?
I think if women ruled the world, there wouldn't be any wars. Just a bunch of pissed off countries not talking to each other.
Yes.
Oh, no, crazy X. Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
All right, Nick. If the world was to end tomorrow, I want you to know that I love you.
If the world is to end tomorrow, I want you to know that I have never loved you.
Oh,
Wow. Oh, no.
why do I have to be on the receiving end of that one? That's just not cool.
Yeah, Alex,
You know what? This show
I
sucks.
think you need counseling. You might need counseling.
You can't quit.
Counseling.
Put your headphones back on.
Get some. Nick, we got to do some couples therapy, buddy.
Okay.
There won't be enough room in the car for all of us.
Well, you can sit on my lap. I promise you won't feel anything poke you.
I'm not worried about that.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm not worried about that.
Oh, that reminds me of a TikTok video. Oh, man.
Totally disown that conversation. No one can prove that. So anyway.
No, I'm not reading that. No, I'm not reading that.
Do you want me to do it?
No, it's fine. So I had sex with Kevin last night. I felt so bad when he told me he was a virgin, though. So I just said I was too.
What? You weren't a virgin?
Oh my God, babe. Wrong number. I didn't mean to send that to you. And I'm so sorry I lied. I just didn't want to pressure you.
Makeup sex?
Okay.
Oops, wrong number.
Number. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
That's awful.
Oh, that's
snorted.
amazing.
Okay. Carmindi.
Interesting name.
Read that first bit.
Oof.
Hey, Janice. I just wanted to let you know that I love your boobs. Where'd you get them?
My parents brought them for me over the summer. Please don't tell anyone.
Why would I tell people? They're way cute.
I wasn't 100% sure you were straight before this conversation. You're freaking me out.
Oh my gosh. I just take boots. Boots. I meant boots.
Oh, ha ha. Thanks. Please don't tell anyone about my boobs.
Oh, man.
Boots.
Could you imagine if something like that actually was transpiring between two individuals? How crazy would that be if that was a real thing that happened to one of us?
Boots.
Oh, that'd be nuts. Hey, baby, I wish you were with me right now under my sheets.
This is her father.
Under my sheets so I can show you my new glow-in-the-dark watch.
Oh, cool. I want to see it. Why don't you bring it over?
Oh!
Notice the little dots at the
Big bad.
Right.
Could you imagine actually sending something like that to their chick's dad? Oof.
That's a fail. Yeah, okay.
Hey. Today was the awesomest day of my life.
Yeah, cool. Why?
I ran into your ex.
How is that awesome?
My God.
Oh my God.
With my car. Oh, my God.
I'm like, hey, okay, it was sounding like a fail, but I think you nailed it.
Right.
I know.
Anywho.
Hey, Julie. Can't wait for tonight. Don't worry. I have protection. I can't believe it will be your first time. See you tonight.
What the fuck, George? This is Julie's dad. My daughter will not be coming to your house tonight or any other time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Julie must be worried about it hurting. I've told her that I'll be gentle. You can join us if you want, Mr. Smith. Oh, but make sure you get your own protection.
You sick, twisted boy. Stay away from Julie.
But, Mr. Smith, what's so sick and twisted about Nerf gun battles? Oh, that one's good.
And that's our text fail.
Nice.
Oh, I love those kind of segments. They're so much fun.
Yeah, fun.
Well,
And appropriate sometimes too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Those were actually kind of tame for some of the ones we've had on here before, but yeah.
Yes, they were.
I did like the one about running into the ex with the car. Sorry.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You know, accidents happen.
Didn't you say you had a goat story to tell?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I served overseas in the Mediterranean. And as part of our duties, we were trying to set up some landing zones in Tunisia in North Africa, who at the time was an ally of ours. And so we were doing some operations. Well, the landing team had gone ahead and secured several beachheads. And they came back from the shore and told me a story, which I thought was just incredible, but it was true from what they said. Okay. One of the Marines had it was in the 80s. So they had a Walkman. Okay. So
I remember Walkmans. Yeah, I had one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did too.
Wow. Here you
I
go.
still have one.
One of the goat herders that was watching, they didn't have any weapons, so it didn't have to worry about them attacking us. But they came up and started talking to our landing team, and that guy, they were asking, well, what are you gonna, take for the Walkman? And he said, no, I'm not giving it up. And the guy says, oh no, one goat. I'll trade you a goat for the Walkman.
I'll trade you a goat.
Okay, so no, he's not okay with that. And so he says 2 goats. He thinks he's still bartering with the guy. So he asked him, 2 goats for the Walkman. And he says, no, I don't want that. Okay, he thinks he's still bartering. So then he says, okay, one of my daughters and the 2 goats.
Wow.
For the Walkman.
Excuse me.
That's when we knew we were not in America anymore.
Yeah.
We were definitely in North Africa, and the guy told me that. And okay, so
I got wound at Walkman pretty bad.
Well, some sick Marines were actually trying to figure out how to get the woman on board the ship. But,
Oh, man.
Yeah,
they were thinking about
the goats. They didn't really want the goats. They just wanted the daughter.
Yeah, well, and they only did that for a very, very short period. And then they realized, no, this is pretty freaking wrong. And this is, bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's when you figure out that you're not in the U.S. anymore.
Yeah.
Do you realize what you could do with a woman and then with the 2 goats too? I mean,
Yeah, the 2 goats. I mean,
well, hey,
goat stew for dinner.
I'm sure some
Says the
people can come
Kiwi.
up with some crazy
Goat
ways
stew, yeah.
with that, but, hey, when you've got just your ammo and you're on board a U.S. Navy ship sitting in the Mediterranean Sea, then you may not have all those things available to you. Let's say.
yeah.
Karen, I have a request.
What?
Will you please share with our host the story that you shared with me when you were pretty new to America and you went to a party?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, this guy walks up to me and he sticks his hand out and he says, "Hi, I'm Randy." And I kind of look at him and say, "Well, that's your problem, mate, not mine." Well, he went to, my friends and he said, "What did I say wrong?"
It's
She's really upset at me. And they said, "Well, what did you say?" And he said, "I just introduced myself. I said, 'Hi, I'm Randy.'" And they look at him and said, "She thought you were telling her you were horny." That's what it means in New Zealand.
In New Zealand, there are not men named Randy. Because Randy means something completely different to Kiwis.
Means you're horny.
That's amazing.
Hi, I'm Randy. Well, that's your problem.
I've met a few men that their name were horny over here in the States. I'm kidding.
No.
I love it.
Oh,
That's your
man.
problem.
That's awesome. You might want to go
what
take care of that there, buddy.
What I couldn't believe over here either was the fact that women were called Randy too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you go. Oh my god.
Tim's
He has
gonna
to go. He has to go take care of
Just take
something.
5. Just take 5.
no, he's actually going. No, the restroom's there. He's going out into the kitchen. Yeah.
Oh, I could do with a snack actually.
He's got to fuel back up to go to the
He's got
restaurant
ribs.
later.
There you good
He
man.
brought it with him.
He brought the whole 6-pack to share.
Bravo.
Take care of business, you know.
He probably knows.
Right.
He probably has an idea because I think Karen had another story that she was going to tell you guys if we had time for another story.
Sure.
Which one was
Well,
that?
all I'm saying is he come back and Tim ain't playing around, y'all.
The one.
He's
The one
serious.
about the one about the fly balls.
The fly
Oh, you can
balls.
tell that. I was actually talking
Did-
about the cupping, but yeah, you did.
Oh,
that
the
too.
cupping.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Did you say
Right.
fly balls?
Yeah, okay, so Brandon played baseball and I played softball. So
Uh-huh.
tell that one first because it's super
Okay.
quick. But
yeah, well,
my brain did not go to pop fly, by the way, Mary.
I know where your brain went, Brandon.
Hey, I don't know what to expect on this episode. Okay, I'm just over here beside
Oh,
myself.
just wait.
well, my first baseball game, and I was sitting up near the announcer. And next minute he says, "Oh, so and so's out in the outfield shagging fly balls."
Shagging fly balls.
And I'm kind of like looking at him, like, seriously, those poor flies. In New Zealand, shagging is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to use the F word?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, shagging is fucking.
Yeah.
So, to my ears, he was actually saying he was, so and so was out in the outfield. You put it this way: you don't go to New Zealand and tell players to go shag balls out in the outfield. I'll probably punch you one.
Or the police may show up and stop all of that, saying, "Not here, no,
Hey,
no,
you're not doing that shit."
Not
But
here.
But I think
Go
the worst.
home, get a room."
And I have
love
one of
this
these
show.
brains where I have to wake up in the middle of the night and look things up. And I think that night I was looking up, it was sort of 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and think, do flies actually have testes? So I had to get up and Google it.
Aaron, your
Yeah.
brain works like mine. I totally relate to you 100%. Oh my god. I think you're my spirit animal. I really do.
But yeah, but they do have balls, and the fruit fly, the orange fruit fly, has these huge ones that are something like about third of its weight, and you got to wonder how it can even fly. I mean, could
What
you
the?
around with a pair of balls that were a third of your weight?
That's
Can you
insane.
imagine?
No.
Elephantitis of the testes.
You sure you're not talking about a horsefly?
Ferris, what's that feel like, buddy?
Oh, it's a fruit fly.
Yeah, what is that like, Ferris?
I don't know, but the grass gets dry when I walk by. in the morning.
I got bit by a few of those bitches.
You sure they were biting?
Wow, buddy. Damn, Nick.
I almost choked on my drink.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's just the way it goes. All right, we got to know about the cupping balls thing, Mary said.
Oh, the cupping balls thing, yeah. That was
I'm going to pull
actually
a Tim. I'm going to go get something to drink. I'll be right back.
that was a podcast in New Zealand, and they were calling people in to talk about the weirdest things that they'd done or whatever. Well, this woman calls in and she says her husband really snored. So he told her the way to solve this was to cup his balls. because apparently his balls flopped down, covered his anus, and caused a vapor lock.
Remember that vapor lock.
Vapor lock, yeah. So she spent the next 3 years cupping his balls to try and stop him snoring.
You would
now,
think
as a
she would have
nurse,
figured out before 3 years passed.
I mean, as a nurse, I rarely came across any man who had his balls that covered his anus.
Well,
They were usually about 90 or 80 years old. You know, it was kind of at that stage, their balls had become like women's boobs, you know, gravity had taken over.
They're pretty much.
I personally, I have a problem with snoring. I think I might tell this story to my wife.
You can help us. I said the same thing to Lynn.
You want me to quit? You want me to quit snoring early in the morning, honey? Cup my balls, okay?
3 years. 3 years, yeah, 36 months of therapy.
All right.
Yeah, straight after reading this, I kind of looked at Tim and said, "Forget it. I'm just going to go with my elbow when you start snoring."
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, she said 60 months of therapy. Man,
Right. Oh man.
Oh, I'm hot now.
Are
Hot
you?
and bothered,
I got the
or
vapor.
like,
Oh,
Balls
hot
did
and
it for you.
bothered, buddy.
The balls did it for him.
Yeah.
jeez.
all this talk
I
about
never thought
shagging.
talking about cupping balls would be the thing that got to you, pal.
So you got some reverse vapor lock going on?
I really am warm though. I gotta get this fucking sweater off. It's hot.
Holy shit.
It seems like every time we sit down to record an episode, Nick's over there stripping.
Or something.
Between taking his pants off and taking his
Mhm,
jacket off, I'm
mhm.
telling you, he's always trying to show us how, you know.
He takes his pants off.
Yes, he
buddy,
did.
buddy, you can handle that story, pal.
It was our first episode, our pilot episode, when we and him decided to do this. So we do a pilot.
It was almost 4 hours long, by the way.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours and 50 minutes or something. And halfway through it, I was originally my studio was in this little cedar closet, and with the door shut so nobody can hear me, and I had the equipment going. That room gets frickin' hot.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and we're halfway into this thing, and he's telling us something, and I'm sitting there listening to him, and I'm like, "Fuck, it's hot in here." And I just start taking my pants off, and then I go put them down. He's like, "Did you just fucking take your pants off?" I'm like, "Dude, it's hot."
I mean,
did-
to his benefit, he had sweatpants
I had
on
sweatpants
underneath,
on under it.
but
It was pretty funny though.
Right on.
it was definitely a first for me. I'm over here, we're on video, and then a full grown, big bearded son of a bitch, right? is in my mind getting naked, right? I'm like, bro, we haven't known each other that long yet. Like, what are you doing?
He's just trying to rip off the band-aid of not knowing you, buddy.
Right? Like, first off, I'm happily married. Okay, I've got kids. Let's lay some
Doesn't
ground
keep us
rules here,
trying.
pal.
It was funny.
Oh man, good times.
Well,
Now he's getting hot.
Oh, I got little bits of my chair armrests that are peeling off and sticking to my hands for some reason.
Mhm.
It's just, yeah. I think I've spent about, what time is it? 21:25. I have spent almost 14 hours in this chair today working. It's been a long ride, but it's been fun. It's been good. This is definitely the best part. This is the best part of every week.
Great. And I want to say to all of you, coast to coast viewers, listeners, everyone out there is following this and giving Giant Voice a chance to have that giant voice. This is just one of several things that I'm sure that Giant Voice and Coast to Coast is going to do to raise awareness, for people and to help other people. And I got to say thanks. Thank you so
Absolutely,
much,
man.
for
Absolutely.
Thank you
us
for
the opportunity to create a couple of shows and lead that forward.
Well, I'm for one, I'm super excited and so happy that you guys were able to come on this show, right? Because Coast to Coast and Giant Voice are essentially two separate entities.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we had a chance to have both of you all on here so we could just have fun, let loose, right? Joke around, laugh together, because what we're getting ready to do, what we're gearing up to record in a couple days, as you said earlier, is going to be pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's extremely important. The word needs to get out.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think it's good to have the delineator between the two, you know? And I'm so stoked you guys were able to come on tonight's show too, because this has been just so much freaking fun. It's been amazing.
Thank you.
Well, just as long as they don't kind of log on to the Giant Voice and see me sitting there and think, balls.
No, that'll be when they see Nick.
Oh, when they see Nick, they'll think gerbils.
Oh God, Mary, you're fired.
I can't be fired. I'm the one with all the contact information for.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, Mary, you're misunderstanding. You're fired from Coast to Coast for the next
Giant
at least
Voice, you're good to
2
go.
seconds. Giant Voice, we kind of need you to stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You can't fire her from Coast to Coast either because you don't pay her.
You know what? You got me there.
Yeah.
You got me there.
I would like for a lot of
sis.
people.
Yes, you're welcome, dear.
I would like for a lot of people to be able to see what we're doing. At least trying to give voices to that community that has been long denied. And I think that, as you're saying, that's going to expand into something further. So
Absolutely. Yeah. And the goal for anybody within the Coast to Coast community who's out there listening that hasn't maybe possibly heard the first Giant Voice episode that aired, the goal with the Giant Voice is not for me and Nick to sit there and grill everybody with a whole bunch of questions. This is literally for y'all to come on and allow your voice to be heard. It's just me and Nick providing a platform, sitting back, and him and I are just going to just take it all in. We may have a couple questions here and there, but the whole premise of it is for you to come on and speak your truth and let your voice be heard. And that's what's so important about what we're getting ready to do regarding this Camp Lejeune special, because it's for anybody out there that hasn't heard about what's going on or what has been going on. This is big.
Oh yeah.
Really big.
I would like to note that this has actually been going on since at least 1953. 1987, they said that it was going to, well, it was, I won't bring a political thing into it, but they were saying that it was going to be better.
It's going to be better. It'll be all right.
Yeah,
30 odd years down the line, they've still got contamination there, and it's still not fixed.
Not to mention they had the big fuel dump with all that gasoline.
Yeah.
Oh,
and there's still people stationed there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still an active. That's just insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There at the moment, there's at least 14 sites that are tainted with PFAS, which is the stuff that you have in firefighting foam, etc.
How is it that the people that are there now, they have to halfway know? How are they not kind of scared to even be there?
Right. That's what I was thinking.
They have not been. You're going to love this part. Is CDC actually required the Marine Corps across a couple of the facilities that were directly affected by vapor intrusion that was coming up into the places where they were staying while they were sleeping. while they were there, they were breathing vapors that contained PCE vapors. And in fact, we had to ask how many women of childbearing age were in there during the time of the contamination. And then also how many of them had miscarriages who had been there. And then we were told that because of all this, you're going to love this, is that, and this is, you know, part of the documents that we happen to have is that, and public record on this, is that we, through the CDC, were trying to tell the Marine Corps authorities there at that place that they were going to have to be careful about that. Every time that a new commander was in charge, they, not every time, but at least many times, they just tore down what was there. The notices that were required to be
took
put
the
up.
notices down.
Holy
Yeah, they
shit.
took the notices down. But
Holy
another
shit.
thing,
Yes.
another thing too.
And they said, oh, we don't know whether this is, you know, authorized or not. Well, of course it was authorized. In fact, it was authorized at the at the CDC level.
Wow.
That they were ordered to have to do that, and they didn't. They, in fact, they just kept tearing it down. So even so many people who were right there in Site 88 at Camp Lejeune were exposed, and they didn't know.
Holy fuck.
And that was since 87. That's, in fact, that was just a few years ago. And they're admitting that there are still some issues there. Of course, it didn't affect 1 million, you know, people like the 1953 to 1987. But is it still affecting people? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And another thing too, and Tim will correct me if I get this wrong, but the aquifer is made up of 3 different layers.
Yes.
Well, the latest report, or one of the latest reports that's come out from, I think it was the NAV, isn't it, Tim? You know that report I'm talking about?
Yes.
The one that's
from North Carolina.
Yeah. Well, these aquifers, the 2 bottom aquifers, have PCE levels in them that are above the standard set by North Carolina for drinking water. And of course, every time a storm comes in or it rains heavily or whatever, that water goes up into the top aquifer where they're draining off. And I believe from memory, Jacksonville City gets its water from the 2nd level of the aquifer. Something I was reading the other day.
They don't get it from the base, but you know, the thing that's crazy is, of course, as she's pointing out, is that your tropical storms that come through there, that those are expected, you know, especially in that part of North Carolina. I had in the 4 years, in actually 2.5 years that I served there, I responded to 2 different Gloria and Diana in the early 80s. But every time that a storm like that comes through, then it moves where the contamination plumes are in the aquifer. And so when it does that, that means that they need to put a bunch more monitoring wells to see how it moved, where it moved to. Did it move up? Did it move? The monitoring well will tell you where the concentration is. One thing that you'll find out in hearing what we have to say, and this is just a little treat here, is that it's not a treat at all for anyone who served there at the time, was that the maximum of the sludge that was on top of the aquifer that we were receiving our water from was about 23 foot. 23.
I think it was between 23 to 25 feet, if I remember rightly.
In thickness. in thickness.
Holy shit.
The sludge?
Yes.
Yeah. Full of
Dude.
What the
gas and...
Yeah. And in the aquifer that was being used for the drinking water there happened to be, as Nick was talking about, the fuel farm that was there, and it was leaking about 1,500 gallons per month. And in fact, that led in the 70s the Marines and the Navy to have an investigation to see whether someone was stealing.
Because there's so much gas disappearing.
Wow.
There was 1,500 gallons per month that was disappearing.
That's a lot of fuel, dude.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Makes you wonder how somebody didn't stand around there and light a cigarette, just the vapors coming off the ground, like boom.
If you want to see some of those records about the fire department at Camp Lejeune and the parts of the base that they actually responded to with regard to that, we can talk about that too.
Wow.
That is there. There are records of that where they actually had to evacuate buildings because of the
leaking
amount of vapor. And in fact, that's another thing that CDC happens to be investigating right now.
That's crazy.
Is soil vapor intrusion.
Wow.
Because even if though they didn't take it out of the soil, didn't totally get rid of the contamination, it's still there. But because of that, that means it's also caused different kinds of VOC vapors to come up into buildings where people work.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good, man.
And they'll get exposed. Yeah, and so now we're finding out that Red Hill and
a whole nother place is really bad.
That's going to be probably another episode sometime down the road here, and probably in the very near future is about what's happening in Pearl Harbor, there and Red Hill, and it happens to be the Naval Facilities Engineering Command, NAVFAC ENGCOM is what they call them. And so if you want to look up documents, rinse and repeat. You look at these guys, they're the ones that have been trying to whitewash Camp Lejeune, and now they're on the scene in many other places, especially Red Hill. Guarantee you.
I think
just crazy.
Yeah,
I think to me, one of the most disgusting things about it, though, was that the building that they mixed the chemicals in, all these different chemicals, including herbicides, etc. After they finished using it for that purpose, they turned it into the base childcare center.
Ooh.
Excuse me?
Right.
They turned it into the base childcare center.
Correct.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
So
just think of that one.
They were exposing the children of senior Marines, Navy, and their children. They're at that kind of contamination. Not.
So basically, what Tim and Karen have told us tonight is just
a drop in a bucket.
Very
That's
tiny
just
piece.
the tip of the iceberg.
Yes. So anybody that has paid attention to this particular podcast
and found this interesting,
and you think this is interesting and you want to know more, we definitely want you to stay tuned, because we have multiple Giant Voice Camp Lejeune specials coming up, and you will see Tim and Karen's faces again, and you will hear from them again.
And we also
they will be able to speak their piece and be heard.
Absolutely.
That is for sure.
Yeah. And we're really grateful for that.
Well, and we have a whole bunch of guests that will be here, and some that are big on the facts, and some that are people who've been affected. And so that's where Giant Voice allows people to tell their story, to tell the story at least for the Camp Lejeune specials, and there could be many other specials that are, similar, but, with that, then that means that, at least we can have some people that are big voices in the community, but have a giant voice from this. There is some stuff that's going on right now. So, and we can talk about that. So, please.
Absolutely.
I think one of the most incredible. Yeah, one of the most incredible things is this has been going on since 1953, and the majority of America knows nothing about it.
I didn't until Sam Maynard said, "Hey, we got a story to tell." I didn't know nothing about it.
This is actually the biggest water contamination event in recent American history, if not also recent North American history.
Wow.
Not good.
And
anybody out there listening, if this is starting to sink in a little bit, make sure you tune in to this next episode coming up and the subsequent episodes that are going to follow regarding what these two are alluding to, because information is going to be stated. They're going to be heard. They're going to be coming back here with us on the show for Giant Voice. And trust me, y'all out there listening, watching on YouTube, you do not want to miss this. This is going to be big. Oh, yeah. Tim, Karen, we thank you again so much for being here with us on the Coast to Coast side of the podcast that we do.
Fun.
Today was absolutely amazing. Thank you. And I cannot wait to sit down with you guys in just a couple days and let your voices be heard. But thank you so much again for being here with us tonight. It's been awesome.
Fantastic.
And on a personal note, I love you both.
We love you too, Mary.
Thank you.
Mary's pretty lovable. I got to give it to her.
And do you realize something? My cherry got popped tonight.
On that note, y'all,
like you
subscribe, comment, share, buy us a coffee. Come back next week for more epic coast to coast shenanigans and bullshit. We love y'all.
Peace, brothers.